Good morning, folks. It is 6:32 on day 15. 37 degrees. I'm at Right Gap, and I'm gonna start waking up. All right, good morning, folks. Just broke down camp at Right Gap. It is 7:57 and 36 degrees. And as I mentioned last night, it really isn't supposed to warm up terribly much more than this. I think it's only going to go up to like 45 or so. So, going to be a chillier day. My knee definitely is still a little sore. I'm not feeling great, but I threw on the knee brace and we'll see how that does for us. Good note is that, well, good note for the knee purposes is that the whole first half of the day is just going to be a climb. We got about 7 miles worth of climbing to gain. I think it's about 2,600 feet of elevation. Up to Chihuahua Bald, I think. The downside of that, pun intended, is that the second half of the day is all descent. For the most part, is going to be a little bit of up and down as we get closer to where I plan on camping, which I forget the name of at the moment, but it's a shelter just about 14 miles or so after Right Gap. So if I'm able to make it there, I'll feel pretty good. And if I'm able to make it there, that means that tomorrow will be a slightly shorter day than today before we pull up into Fontana Dam. Where I got a room for the night. So, yeah, pretty excited about today. I mean, I'm gonna stay pretty cognizant of my knee, for sure. That's kind of the big question of the day. But aside from that, with the cooler weather and everything, could be a good day for hiking. Nice and clear. And boy, that Chihuahua Bald that I'm getting to in another 7 miles or so, just over 5,000 feet of elevation, just very near a mile high. And I'm pretty excited about what things will look like from up there. So, yeah, I think that's about all I got. I'll check in with y'all down trail. Chihuahua Bald. It is about noon right now. I've been up here probably 5 or 10 minutes. And behind me is the view to the northwest, which is where the Smokies are from here. So I'm not sure if any of these exact mountains are the mountains we'll be going up, but somewhere out that direction is Great Smoky Mountains National Park, National Forest maybe. That's where we'll be headed, turn over this way to the west, and that body of water you can kind of see out in the distance there, that I am pretty certain is Lake Sentitla, which I don't really have anything to do with, but there it is, sure enough. Yes, that way's west. Somewhere over there is north, and about north-northwest is where we're headed in the Smokies. So, yep, feeling good. Don't mind telling you, that final climb up to Cheoah Bald is a bit arduous, but yeah, this is the culmination of the 7-mile climb up from camp, and about to begin another 7 miles or so of primarily descent. Try and get down to what I think is called Brown Forks Shelter, but we'll kind of see what the camping looks like around there and decide maybe to pitch up before or after, maybe there, maybe somewhere around it. But the goal is around 14 today, so still feeling pretty good. I ate up all my snacks, so I was pretty hungry on the hike up. I just didn't want to stop while I was pushing. So yeah, dry up here a couple more minutes. All the guys are up here. We have Big Green, Deadeye, and Cody are all up here, and there's one other dude I don't know yet, but we'll say hello. Maybe we'll swing over there and see if they want to say hi. This is the again, I was showing you the view to the north. Everyone else is hanging out on the view to the east. Here's Deadeye. Deadeye, you want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Good to see ya.
Beat me here by 15 seconds is what he promises. That's what he swears.
I won't here long.
And Big Green. Boom, there he is. And Cody.
Good job.
And new fella. What's your name over there, fella?
I'm Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. How's it going?
Good.
Pretty great.
We're all in it together.
All right. I guess we're pretty much stretching up and begrudgingly throwing our packs back on for the descent. So should be great. I'll see y'all. There's a dog we found on the trail. Trying to get him to follow us in about 1.25 miles down to Stokoa Gap. So hopefully his owner will pick him up. Come on, pup. Come on. He's got one eye.
We started about halfway down. Really?
Alright folks, well that dog followed us the 1.25 miles on down to Stokoa Gap. Luckily there was a number on the collar, so after 3 calls that didn't get answered, I sent a text message and the owner of the dog called me up almost right away. He was at work an hour away, but sent a family member here to come pick up the dog. So that dog is gone now. He was a pretty nice dog, but he didn't seem too pumped about going to Maine, so he's with his people now. And Cody caught up to us. Hey! All right, we're like 2.5 miles from the shelter. We'll see if there's somewhere to camp over there. Folks, it is 46 degrees. The wind has picked up a little. It's 4:16, and I'm just hiking that 0.1 mile spur on down to Brown Fork Shelter. I've read that the shelter doesn't have many great options for tenting, but we'll see how we fare. I know Big Green is right behind me there. I think Deadeye should already be down here, and then Cody should be making his way in just a couple moments. So, all right, there's the shelter in sight. Yeah, it's cooling down. I don't mind telling you, the climb from Stokoa Gap was, woo. I don't know if it was the most brutal climb, but it was a pretty significant one. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a place to pitch up. We'll see ya. Alrighty, y'all. I'm pitched up, staying in my first shelter of the night. This is Brown Fork Shelter. Relatively small shelter. The only other person in here, though, is my old roommate, Deadeye. So the rest of the Tramily crew is here. We got Cody back there. And we got Big Green. And one more. Hey. Yeah. So today was a good day. Knee felt mostly pretty great. A little bit of discomfort early on, but that all kind of cleaned up. I forget if I already said the time and the temperature, but it's 7:25 and 39 degrees. Sorry, everyone's talking. But yeah, it was a pretty good day. Went 14.5 miles. Had just about 3,700 feet of elevation gain. And then I think like 2,500 feet or something of elevation loss. So it's definitely ended with a pretty massive climb. But yeah, happy to be here. Body held up good. Gear held up good. And then tomorrow, I think we only have like 11 and a half miles or something to get to Fontana. So by the sound of it, everyone's kind of thinking about staying the night in Fontana and then breaking into the Smokies sometime the next day. So 11.5, that's, I think Big Green was joking, but that's kind of like almost De Niro. So we'll see how we go. Should be relatively simple 11.5 too. I think it's like 1,400 feet of elevation gain and like 3,500 of loss or something. So mostly going down. But yeah, I guess that's about it. Feeling good. I'll check in with y'all tomorrow. Good night.